Hey everyone, I thought we'd do quite a fun, light-hearted, silly, little non-serious video today, and we are going to be reading some tweets from the transformed wife. You may know her from such posts as "Men prefer debt-free virgins without tattoos," and all the other ones that basically, I don't know, mock and discourage and critique women who have any other life path that isn't hers. So that's the transformed wife. She basically believes all women should be wives and mothers and nothing more, and if you dare to have any other ideas, then you're a terrible person who is sinning and is going to go to hell and burn in hell and blah blah blah, you suck. Her Twitter bio reads that she is a wife, a mother, a grandma, and a keeper at home. She loves Jesus and is not afraid to speak truth with a capital T because it sets you free. I recently discovered her Twitter account. I didn't know it existed before today, and so for a little bit of a giggle, we're going to be reading some of her tweets. Her most recent one reads, "I have been told that no one listens to me because what I teach is dangerous. Don't they know that being a Christ follower is dangerous? Do they think that being a Christian is safe in this world ruled by the Prince of Darkness? We're promised suffering." Quite a dark one, isn't it? Oof. I don't think actually anyone's really told her that no one listens to her because she's dangerous. I think we've said no one should listen to her because she's dangerous, but whatever. Another tweet reads, "Many female preachers or teachers have no problems teaching or preaching to men. I will never learn from, nor listen to, nor read a book written by a woman who stubbornly and intentionally disobeys the word of God, as many are doing these days. Women are to be silent in the churches." There you go. A little bit hypocritical though, isn't it? You're never going to read a book written by a woman, you're never going to listen to anything taught by a woman, you're never going to listen to a woman. You realise you're a woman who's trying to teach and preach to other women, right? And some men, I reckon. Why is it okay for you to do it, but not other women? Why is it not okay for other women to write books to teach things, but it's okay for you to write your blog to teach things? Bit of a double standard there, Laurie. Her next tweet says, it's a quote, "I'm not happy, I'm divorcing my husband." And she says, "So you think destroying your children's lives is going to make you happy?" I don't think marriage destroys kids' lives every time. I know perfectly happy, functional, wonderful people who come from divorced parents. In some cases, the divorce made their life a hell of a lot better, because it's better for a child to be with two happy, functional parents than be in a dysfunctional family. Also, we just gonna gloss over the fact that not all marriages end in kids. Not every married couple has kids. This might just be me, but I think it's a lot better for a child to be with, you know, happy, productive, like, I don't know, like functional parents, than to grow up thinking it's okay to be miserable out of a sense of duty. I don't know, words, you know what I mean. In the next tweet she says, "No, I am not a huge fan of college for women." Really? We couldn't tell. You only write like 20 blog posts a week about it. "College's purpose is to prepare them for careers, yeah, while making them go deeply into debt, sometimes, and does nothing to prepare them for being wives and mothers. Not every woman wants to be a wife and mother. It's okay to want to go down a different path in life. I don't care about being a mother. I don't want to be a mother. What I do want is a career. And that's why I chose to go to university and learn life skills that are going to be useful for what I want in life. And even the people who do want to be wives and mothers, it's more than okay for them to go to university and learn other skills, because it's okay to be more than one thing in life. It's okay to want to have multiple goals and do multiple things. You can be a mother and a wife and a good mother and a good wife and still have an excellent career. You can do everything if that's what you want." In this tweet she says, "Children need to be taught to be kind. Being mean is natural, and as we can see from many who comment," I think she means me, "they were never taught to be kind as children. Train your children in kindness." Okay, a lot of things to unpack in this tweet. One, I hate the idea of training your children. If you don't know why, go watch the videos on Michael and Debbie's Pearls book, To Train Up a Child. It's horrifying, it's terrifying, it's nasty, it's disgusting, it's dangerous, it's resulted in the deaths of a number of children, which is why I hate the idea of training a child. Also, I do actually agree, children need to be taught to be kind, but I don't think being mean is the natural way of things. I don't know, I just think that's a bit cynical there. In this tweet she writes, "Teach your sons that the most important quality they need to look for in a wife is a love for the Lord and godliness, since she will be the one home raising his children." But what about what qualities they need to look for in a husband? Not every man wants a wife, you know. Women are stronger feminists the longer they're in college. Maybe. I don't think that's always the case. I know plenty of wonderful feminists who never went to university or college. But if that's the case, girls, please stay in college for as long as you can. And men, bad company corrupts good morals. They're not taught the value of femininity, marriage, and child raising. No, it's compete with the guys for the grades, the colleges, and jobs. Not conductive for men wanting to marry women. I'm not looking for a man to marry me. There's nothing wrong with wanting to compete with the guys for the grades, the colleges, the jobs. Do you think maybe Laurie's a little bit insecure here because she struggles to compete with anyone for those things? Fact is, I'm as smart and as capable as any man that I went to school or university with, and the differences in our abilities are nothing to do with gender. It's just to do with who's good at what topics and all that sort of stuff. In my sixth form, you looked at the grades, and the highest grades in my sixth form were another girl who's my second cousin, then there was me, and then there was a guy, and then there was another girl, and we got like the highest grades out of everyone in the sixth form. I find the people who think there are gender divides in intelligence and ability are just so silly. Yes, there are definitely some patterns where certain genders excel in certain topics, but that doesn't mean because you're a woman you can't do this, or because you're a man you can't do this. It just means in general, women are more likely to do better in these areas, and men are more likely to do better in these areas, but there are always exceptions and so on. I can't remember where I was going with this. The point is, not everyone wants marriage and child raising. Not everyone sees value in that. Not everyone sees value in femininity. And femininity in general is such an outdated term. Like, what does that even mean at this point? Christian marriages should be the happiest marriages of all. We're an example of Christ and his church. Others should look at our marriages, especially the youth, and say, I want to marry and have a marriage like them. I'm not really a youth, but we'll pretend I am. I can say without a doubt, I look at a marriage like Laurie's and I think, oh God, I never want that. Please don't let that be me. If there was a God, I would be praying to him that I don't have a marriage like Laurie's. I don't believe any Christian couple should ever get divorced, since Christians aren't to have hardened hearts, and if a famous Christian couple comes out and tells the world they're getting divorced, we as believers in Jesus Christ have every right to rebuke them publicly. Can't speak. God, she must really hate Kent Hovind then, the number of divorces he's gone through. Raise your daughters from an early age that their highest and best calling is to be a wife and mother. They will hear the opposite from culture. Or you could raise your daughters from a young age to follow their hearts and understand themselves and analyse what they want in life and figure that out for themselves. I definitely felt a lot of pressure from a young age to be a wife and a mother, and I thought that was the only thing women really did. And I thought if they had jobs, it was a shop job, or it was, I don't know, childcare or something like that. And yeah, it never felt right for me, and I felt very weird and out of place for a long time. And it's only as I've got older I've realised that, you know what, screw that. It's okay to do whatever you want to do and whatever feels right for you, and you've got to figure that out for yourself. And, you know, I was Skyping with my mum earlier today, and she was amazing. And I said to her something about, so I've got another video that I filmed yesterday, and I don't know what order these videos are going out in, but it's a review of Holly Bourne's book, How Do You Like Me Now? And in it, I talk a lot about the pressures from other people around me to, you know, they're all having kids and they're all getting married and engaged and all that stuff. And a lot of people, like, look at me with pity because I don't have kids. And also because I don't want kids. And the amount of people who've said to me, like, oh, you'll change your mind. It's just, you're young. That's what it is. All that kind of stuff. And the people who look at me with pity because I don't want a child is just ridiculous. And the people who look down on me for that is ridiculous. I was talking to my mum, and she was just like, don't listen to them. You know what you want to do. You've got an amazing career. You're doing well for yourself. You're happy. You're more successful than you ever thought you'd be. Like, enjoy that, and you run with it, and you do what makes you happy. And I was like, it's the first time my mum's ever said that to me, and I was just like, thank you. I love this. This is what I wanted to hear throughout my whole childhood. That's what I needed to hear. And I'm glad she's saying it now, though. But yeah, anyway. Moving on. Why do so many women swear like drunken sailors? It's very unfeminine and not classy. I'm not sure who they're trying to impress. Again, this idea of femininity, it's so outdated and like, blech. Not everyone wants to be feminine. Yeah, for God's sake. But as you know, I'm not much of a swearer. I don't really like to do it much. It doesn't really feel like feel right for me. I don't really like doing it myself, but I have no problems with anyone else swearing. It doesn't bother me in the slightest. But even as someone who doesn't swear themselves, I would say with a lot of certainty that the majority of people who swear are not doing it to impress anyone else. I think they're just doing it to express themselves in a way that feels good and, you know, gets their point across. I don't think anyone's swearing for anyone else or to impress anyone else or, yeah. I think if you get offended by a little bit of swearing, it's probably more your problem than the person swearing. Oh, this is interesting because this is a tweet I actually agree with. Our husbands aren't perfect, so we must stop thinking they should be. We're not perfect, so we need to stop thinking we are. Yeah, I kind of agree with that. Yeah, no one's perfect. Some people make mistakes, that's human. Just keep working on being a cool person. I like that, that's okay, I don't mind that. Women mock wives who love serving their husbands as if this is something to be despised. They must not be interested in having strong, happy marriages. Remember, we reap what we sow. It's an eternal principle. I definitely don't think I mock her for loving to serve her husband, but I definitely critique her ideas when she slags off other women for not wanting to do that. Not every woman wants to get married. And she says this like it's a weird thing, like, oh, they mustn't be interested in having a strong, happy marriage. No, not everyone is. Not everyone wants to be married, and that's okay. And the other thing she's forgetting is there are so many ways of having a strong, happy marriage. There's not just one way. Her way isn't the only way. It's not the only right way. There are so many different marriages and ways that families and relationships can work. There's so many different kinds of people who can be in strong, happy marriages. It doesn't matter what your genders are. It doesn't matter what your sexuality is. It doesn't matter if you want one partner or if you want multiple partners. It doesn't matter if you have these set gender roles. It doesn't matter if you want to do something more non-traditional. It doesn't matter if you're on your third wife or your first wife or anywhere. The point is there are lots of different ways to have strong, happy marriages, and you need to figure out what works for you and your partner. Laurie's way isn't the only way, and she just never seems to get this. Oh, I love this one. Mr. Atheist has been taking me to task about my YouTube videos. He must not understand that I am Mrs. Christian, so we will have nothing in common since we are polar opposites. I actually agree, you are polar opposites, and I love Mr. Atheist, so take that to mean whatever you want about you. I don't think she's seen my videos yet, has she? She's probably gonna critique me for being a woman, you know, preaching to people and as we all know, double standard, remember, she's the one who's allowed to have a blog, but the rest of us women, no voice, stay silent. There is no command in the Bible for women to contribute financially to their households, so you no longer need to feel guilty for not doing so. If you are a wife, mother, and keeper at home, you are storing your treasures in heaven, which are much more valuable than any dollar you make. See, now you're just trying to make yourself feel better because you're not pulling your weight. Why do women tear other women's husbands down and harm their marriages instead of trying to build up other women's marriages? I love the reply to this. Excellent question that you should ask yourself. You've done more to tear down healthy marriages than you could possibly imagine. I love this person. With all the filth and lies children are being taught in public schools and vaccinations being forced upon them, maybe mothers will be coming home full-time and homeschooling their own children. Of course she's anti-vax, what more did you expect? Are you a woman of the word and of prayer, or a woman of TV and of social media? Definitely TV and social media. Or give me a few books as well. Love a good book. The Christian Bachelorette said she can have sex and sin all she wants and she's forgiven, washed clean, and no one can judge her. By the way, I do not watch that show. It's filth. So happy you cleared that up, Laurie. Thank you. I was worried about your soul then. You dirty sinner watching The Bachelorette, you. I mean, no, obviously, it's not you. Masculinity isn't toxic. It's men who aren't masculine who are toxic. Weak little men use and abuse women instead of stepping up to lead and protect them. Our society is suffering from a shortage of real masculinity, and it brings great harm to women and children who have no protectors. 1, I don't need a protector. I'm independent, I'm strong, I like looking after myself. Sorted. Don't need a masculine man. Secondly, what is with these traditional ideas of masculinity? Again, there's no one right way to be masculine or a man or male or whatever. Let people express themselves how they want and be the person who makes them feel good and comfortable. And if you don't like it, get over it. If you don't want to date a man that isn't traditionally masculine, don't. But don't put down others for being like that for the sake of it. Because they're not harming anyone, they're just living their best lives and being amazing people. There we go. Rant over. I don't want to read any more of her Twitter feed because it's getting me kind of like worked up. This was supposed to be a fun, happy video instead. Oh, Laurie, what do you like? What do you like? Yeah, that's me done for today. I'd be interested to know what you think of Laurie and her tweets. And, God, if she hates Mr. Atheist, she's really gonna hate me because I'm like everything she stands against in women. Although I don't have a tattoo, so I should probably get on that just to make her a little bit more mad. But, oh, I would love to know what she thinks of my life, actually. She probably thinks I'm genuinely, like, miserable secretly, and I am just out here looking for a man to come protect me and save me from myself in this poor life where I have to work for a living and look after my own dog and live by myself. Oh, how can I possibly live without a man to reach the tall things in the top cupboards? It's easy, I don't put things in the top cupboards because I can't reach them. I don't know where I'm going with this. I'm rambling now. I'm going to end this here. Thank you for watching today. Let me know what you thought of Laurie's tweets. Let me know if you want more of this kind of video. I could look at her Twitter feed again. I could look at the Twitter feeds of some people like Ken Ham, Kent Hovind, Girl Defined. That might be a fun one. But like I say, let me know what you think. Thank you for watching today. I appreciate you guys so much, and I will see you again soon. Huge thank you to everyone supporting me on Patreon this month, with a special thank you going to Data Jack, Trae Sprowles, Gambit and Chauffeur, Liv's Pantyhose Addiction, Mark Dauner, Christian Berg, Nathalie Romer, Simon Lundh, Jadeon Sheppard, Robert Korte, Peter Kyrouac, Sir Michael Moore, Christina the Atheist, Sage Villarreal and Loren Hart. You guys and everyone supporting me on Patreon are absolutely amazing, and I couldn't do this without you, so thank you so much. And remember, if you are supporting me on Patreon, you can get exclusive access to my Discord server where you can come join in the conversation. So hopefully I'll see you guys over there. And thank you all so much.